Let me end this. Let me rewrite lang muna the problem ha. So the problem is we have a 6-meter long simply supported reinforced concrete beam has a width. Okay, butang ko dida. The width is 350 mm and the overall depth, the H is equal to 470 mm. The beam is reinforced with 228 mm compression bar and 428 millimeter diameter tension bar at the bottom, each located 70 mm from the extreme concrete fiber. So yung D prime natin dito is 70 mm. Okay, concrete strength FC prime is also given, that is 20.7. This is in megapascal. And of course, yung Fy, which is 415 megapascal. Okay, we are to determine the following. Kalimutan ko dito ha. Number 1, okay, yung una, depth of the compression block, assuming both tension and compression still yield. Okay? Okay, yung A. Number 2, what is the ultimate moment capacity of the beam? Ultimate moment capacity, this is the MU. And letter C, determine the additional concentrated load, live load that can be applied at the midspan if the dead load including the weight of the beam is 20 mm, 20 kilonewton per meter. So yung additional concentrated load at the midspan, APLL yung hinahanap. Given is W dead load, which is equal to 20. So the given is the dimension of the beam, 350. So i-drawing natin ha. Nasa rin din himo daw kita beam. The dimension of the beam you have there, 350 yung width niya. Yung total height niya is 470, di ba? Mm. Tapos may di reinforcement. The distance of the reinforcement from the extreme fiber, 70, di ba? Naya ka na problem. This is 70 mm. This is also 70 mm. And the distance naman from the extreme fiber to the tension is D. So, parito niya, 470 minus 70, 400, obviously. This is 400, di ba? And yet, this is duha nga 28 mm diameter, and ay ubos, upat nga 28 mm diameter. Okay. Na you can take note and you can di assuming daw both tension bar and the compression bars yield. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nag-assume kita rin ang tension bars and compression bars nag-yield. Okay, so ating papabiling din. We are to solve for the value of the depth of the compression block, MU and PL. Okay, take note, yung A natin, we are to assume na tension bars and compression bars yield. Okay? Jet aton isosolve dida. Pero kung pananglitan, okay. Dito kasi word exam, sugad inidana itpagkuan, di ba? Masaring nasa didahit kuan didahit problem. You are to assume nga nag-yield and duduha nga steel bar. Tapos pag-check ngayon nimo, waray mag-yield. So, ang pipilion. O, susundon nimo kung ano it instruction didahit question, di ba? Na kind question, you are to assume that the tension bars and the compression bars yield. Okay? So that's what we are going to do here. Okay, pero explain ko gihap, what if waray magyakan nga iga-assume nato. So basta lang kita hindi ni ha. The approach is in SCP 2015. Of course, 'di ba? We can solve immediately for the value of A, 'di ba? 'Di ba asset in step number 1 na natin solution. But take note, diri pa kita maaram kung doubly or singly reinforced. Diba? Asset natin approach an una, dili kita maaram pa kung doubly or singly approach. So it first step talaga ito is to determine the value of A. Okay? Asset ang pinakauna nga steps. Atong kagamiton din nga formula. You cannot use the formula for Mn, di ba? Because waray ka-valuehan Mn. That imo gagamiton din is T is equal to C. Diba? Asset mo kukuan, may nimo assumption, singular reinforced, tapos nag-yield, ani mo still, asset mo mga assumption. Okay, so this is AS Fy, this is equal to 0.85 FC prime AB. Masasolve nimo diretso an A, di ba? Everything is given. Okay, sige daw. Ano ang value an AS? Isolve daw natin didi an AS laan para dili kita magbalik-balik. Your AS is equal to upat daw. Upat daw nga 20, di ba? 4 times pi over 4 times 28 squared. So this is your AS. Your AS is equal to
7845.
7
84.
4 pi. This
Yes,
one?
sir.
This is in squared. How about yung AS prime? We have AS prime here to denote compression, di ba? Pag may prime nga, compression ito niya. So, peraan compression bars dito duha daw, di ba? 2 times pi over 4. This is 28 squared. Pera man in an AS prime. Katunga. Pera man, ito, ng katunga.
392 pi.
392 pi squared. Okay, so you have the value for AS and AS prime. Okay, sa tayo bubutang dilihan, nag-assume kita dilihan, step number 1 nga is singular reinforce. Pananglit pa kita maaram nga double reinforce ha. And even though may niya reinforcement, ini ha, even though may niya reinforcement habaw-baw, it doesn't necessarily mean that the design of the section is doubly reinforced ha. It could be nga may dito reinforcement habaw-baw just for para lahiya may makapitan yung yung tawag ito an stirrups. Di ba? Can you connect stirrups? Di ba it's so right aton di nasagad. This is the main reinforcing bar. May tidak ubos. May diha may habaw may ubos, di ba nasugad? Tapos meron naman dira mga stirrup nasugad. Nagigets ninyo? Di ba nasugad ito? Sugad. I don't know if nagigets nito akong drawing. Di ba siya ito niya, tapos ari naman didian concrete naman nimo, nasugad nimo concrete. Di ba? Sugad ito. It add to habaw, it could be nga diri hiya nakakabulighan kuan. Nakakabulig di. What I mean is diri hiya upodhan pag-compute han strength han imo kuan, han imo section. Kay kuan hiya para may makapitan lang imo kuan, han imo stirrups. Okay, so that's why nag-assume lang kita nga singular reinforced. Let's i-check natin if indeed that is doubly reinforced, di ba? So your ES here is equal to 784 pi. Oh, you are assuming nag-yield and still, that's why Fy atang gagamit. Fy is equal to 415. This is equal to 0.85. Your FC prime is 20.7. Multiplied by A, that's the unknown. Multiplied by B, wala nang space. Let me erase again. 0.85 multiplied by FC, which is 20.7. Multiplied by A, multiplied by B is 350. So you can solve for the value of your A. Operate A. Yun daw. That is 165.98. Did you get the same answer?
Yes, sir.
This is 0.98. This is in mm. Diba? Step number 2, we are to check if indeed an aton assumption are correct. Paano natin i-check? Yung kung sulog ni mo ang C, ano mo C? C is equal to A over beta 1. Diba? Beta 1 natin nga gagamitin is 0.85 because the value of Fy, of Fc prime is less than 28. Diba? Less than 28 here. So, aton beta 1 is 0.85. So, this is equal to 165.98 over 0.85. What's the value of your C? Pera? This is in mm. Okay. Compare mo ha C max. Di ba? 3 over 7 multiplied by D. What's the D? D is 400. 400 ha? Ang given kasi is total height. And D, imo paging compute 400. Karain niya. 3 over 7.
171.
171.
171 and 428.
429. 171.429. This is in mm. Okay, obviously, an imo si nagsobra si max. So indeed, we are in doubly reinforced. The problem is doubly reinforced. Okay? So doubly reinforced man. Okay? 'Di ba kung design problem, anat gibubuhatan si, 'di ba? Kung ES ang ginbibiling, ang gibubuhat natin nan si gini-impose natin here in solving for the value of mn max, 'di ba? In solving for the value of yes na. In solving for the value of your mn max, gini-impose natin in here. Okay, kasi i-compare natin ang mn max to to the given value of mu. Takay diri man, baliktad man. Okay? Last time, an aton problem, given an mu, ginpapabiling an ES and ES prime. Okay? Yan na, baliktad. Given an ES and ES prime. Di ba given? Ada man. Oh. Ginpapabiling an, ada man. Mu ang ginpapabiling. Di ba? Mu. So, baliktad. So, kung sugad nga nini, adi, this is design problem. Adi, this is investigation or analysis. So, gin-analyze natin kung ano bit capacity itong nga section. So, what will you do? Na-found out nimo nga mali nimo assumption, you go back to step number 1. Ibig sabihin, doble reinforce siya. Okay. So, amo din bubuhat ha. Pero obviously, this is doble reinforce kahit pakianad din na yakan step number 1, assuming tension bars and compression bars yielded. So, the problem is implicitly telling you that this is doble reinforced. Okay, so diri t is equal to sila nga hawan naton equation. Pero anti nimo, di ba anti may da nimo TS1 plus TS2 at saka yung C mo naman is duha gyud di ba to? The compression from concrete plus the compression from steel, di ba? Asa tiya, di ba? Nakakaget na naramdam ka mo? Okay.
Yes, sir.
TS1, this is AS1 multiplied by FY. FY tat gagamiton because we are to assume tension bars and compression bars yielded. Nag-yield hiya. So, gina-assume natin. That's why FY tat gagamit din hi. Okay? O, didi kita TS2. TS2 is AS2 plus FY, di ba? FY lagi hap. Kaya nag-yield man hera. So, ngayon, ini nga duduha, since they are both nag-yield man, nga duha man itong hera tension bar, di ba? So, we can rewrite this as your AS1 plus ES2. That's actually your AS, di ba? ES FY. Ini nga duduha, that's your T. That is ES FY. This is equal to your CC. What's your CC? CC is 0.85 FC prime AB. Diba? Asya tiya? Plus your CS, that is AS prime multiplied by FY. We are assuming na nag-yield gihap tiya. Diba? Nag-yield hira nga duha. Okay, everything is given. Diba? This is your ES is 784 pi multiplied by 415. This is equal to 0.85. At C prime is 20.7. Your A is unknown. Your B is 350. Plus, of course, your ES prime, which is 392 pi. It's here. Diba? Adiman. 392 pi multiplied by Fy, which is 415. Okay, an aton assumption din hi, of course, diri na kita nag-assume nga double reinforced because we already know that it is indeed double reinforced. Ang atong gina-assume din hi is yung Fy mo. Fy anong ginamit? Ibig sabihin, you are assuming that the steel in compression and the steel in tension nag-yield. Okay? Resolve name with A. The A is 82.99. Okay? You have there 82.99. This is in mm. How about your C? This is your A, di ba? Ano tong second step? Verify your assumption. Your C is equal to your A is 82.99. The answer is 97.64. This is in mm. So, may da ka na C. Okay. Dili mo na isosolve ang valuehan C max. Kaya maaram ka naman nga doble reinforced. Ang C max yung gagamit lahat to pag-check if that is singly or doble reinforced. Nasolve na natin kung ang C max. We already know that this is doble reinforced. Okay? Take note, diri nimo i-compare ini nga C didtuhan C max kasi ini nga C na compute ini assuming that this is doble reinforced. Ang imo i-compare lahan C max ang gin-compute imo nga C assuming that is singly reinforced. Okay? So, yan na. Diri ka na mag-compute ng Cmax and imo i-compute instead is the value of your Fs. Fs is equal to 600 multiplied by D minus C over C. Diba? So, this is equal to 600. Your D is 400. Your C it's there, 97.64 all over 97.64. You can solve for the value of your Fs. Operate Fs. This is equal to 1858.12. 1858.12. This is in megapascal. So indeed, ibig sabihin, since Fs is greater than Fy, ibig sabihin we are correct to assume that the steel in tension will yield. Okay? Fs. Kaya greater man na yan 415, greater than man na yan Fy. So nag-yield talaga hiya. You also have to check kung nag-yield ba talaga an steel in compression. Di ba? How do we do that? Fs prime naman kita. Es prime is equal to same formula, 600 minus 600 multiplied by this time, instead nga D minus C, this is C minus D prime. Adi kasi kita yan na, di ba? Adit yung check D prime. Okay? C minus D prime over C. Your F is therefore is equal to, this is 600 multiplied by your C is again 97.64 minus your D prime is 70 all over 97.64. Diba? So your Fs prime is equal to, pera ba ito yan? The answer is 169.85. 169.85. 169.85. This is in megapascal. Ada kay 169.85 megapascal ang imo Fs prime. Lower hiyahan Fs, Fy. Diba? So, mali ang imo assumption na nag-yield ang imo Es prime. Diba? Mali ang assumption na nag-yield ang compression bars. Pero, nag-specify ang problem, you have to assume nga nag-yield ang tension bars ngayon compression bars. Diba? So, ano ito ihahatag nga value? A. Didahit ko number 1. Nasa yung kasi problem, assume tension bars and compression bars yield. What is the value of A? Ada, ano na init answer? Diba? Amo na init answer ni mo. Imo ihahatag nga answer. Kung may dahini nga statement. Takay kunwaray, magsering nga assume. Diba? Ano timbubuhaton? Nasugat yung bubuhat ha. Mali ang imo assumption. An Fs prime is lower than Fy. So there hiya mag-yield. What you do here is you go back to step number 1. Di ba? Asya itong step number 1 and step number 2. Nagbabalik-balik lang. I-delete ko ito ha. Mag-go back kita nga to step number 1. We will resolve the value of A. This time, the formula will be like this. Susulat ko ha. Susulat ko rin. Yung formula mastering kita, Es, the area of steel in tension, multiplied by Fy. Fy talaga tat gagamiton because we already know that magkukuan talaga hiya. Mag-yield, di ba? An Fs. This is equal to 0.85 Fc prime AB plus, di ba? Plus, ano to? As prime multiplied by, instead nga Fy tim gagamiton didi, maaram ka naman nga diri nag-yield. Fs prime tim gagamiton. Pero diri nimo isa-substitute ini nga Fs nga value nga di because again, ini nga Fs na solve ini using the value of C nga gin-solve nimo didi using the value of A assuming that both nag-yield, di ba? Kakay wari man hira nag-yield. So ini nga Fs diri ini mismo ni isa-substitute nganhi ang formula ang Fs ani mo sa substitute ngadto. Diba? So this will be your Es is equal to 784 pi multiplied by your Fy is 415. This is equal to 0.85 Fc prime which is 20.7 multiplied by A, that's the unknown, diba? Multiplied by B which is 350 plus your As prime is this one, 392 pi. This is 392 pi multiplied by Fs. Ang formula ng Fs, ibubang din diri kay ang valuehan Fs. This is 600 multiplied by C, unknown ang C minus D prime which is 70 all over C. Okay? As you can see, there are two unknowns. Yung value ng C mo at saka yung A. But luckily, you know the relationship between A and C, di ba? This is beta 1 times C, di ba? So what we can do here, we can express one unknown in terms of the other. Okay, i-express natin yung A in terms of C. So this will be, while in-express ko, iyan ko na lang, i-simplify. Simplify ko na lang ha. Okay, as you can see, pero it unknown dida, kitit aton bagong equation. Di ba it unknown dida ko na lang, usa na lang, the value of C. Okay, we can solve for the value of C here. Your C is, the value of the new C is 130. Okay, so this is 130.08. This is in mm. This is your C. Okay? Kung depth of compression block ang ibibiling, bibiling mo an A. You just need to multiply the C by 0.85 or the value of your beta 1. So your A is equal to 110.56. This is in mm. Okay, so kung waray nagbutang didi, ang problem, nasa rin kasi ang problem assuming tension bar and compression bar yields. Okay? And imo answer is this one. Takay nagbutang man hiyan, nasa rin nga mag-assume ka dapat nga duha nag-yield. Ano imo valuean A, ang kanina nga ato na solve, it imo ihahatag nga problem. Pero kung waray nagbutang, you still have to check, plus it imo iso-solve nga how, and valuehan A. This is 110.56. Okay? Okay, pero adton aton valuehan A kanina, nag-assume kita nga tension bar assuming that the tension bar and compression bar yield. Pero adto
82.99.
82.99, di ba? Ayan, aton answer didi is 82.99 mm. Asit imo i-answer kay nag-instruct man ang problem. Okay? Pananglitan mo rin nag-instruct, adi it imo answer. Okay? So in solving for the value of mu, adit at gagamiton ha. Pero ha, dapat adit iyo gagamiton kasi asit instruction it problem. Pero for the sake light discussion, adit at gagamiton ha. Kasi dapat adi man talaga it gagamiton. Pero mida man yakanan problem nga, we are to assume that tension bar and compression bar yield. So adi ha at gagamiton. Now, we are sure that the value of A is 110.56. So ano aton sunod nga bubuhaton? Iso-solve naton and value han reduction factor. Okay, iso-solve naton and value han reduction factor. So how do we do that? Okay. Oh, wait lang. I-check nga how. I-check daw natin kung nag-yield good man talaga. Let's try to check the value of your Fs first. This is 600 multiplied by D multiplied by D minus A was the value, D minus C pala. This is 130.08 over 130.08. So your Fs is equal to, so this is equal to, Peretia. Oh, obviously, way beyond the value of Fy here. So nag-yield talagaan still in tension. Okay, 1245 dito nakabutang. 1245 megapascal. This is way beyond the value of Fy, di ba? So, nag-yield talaga hiya. Okay, so nga kita Fs prime is equal to, pwede diretsohon na lang natin. Di ba? 600 multiplied by, ano, 2C minus D prime, di ba? Your C is 130.08 minus D prime, which is 70, all over 130.08. The answer is, pero ito niya, 277.12. So, amo la init ging gagamit han imo compression bar. Diri niya ging gagamit tanan niya capacity nga 450. So, wala na ha. You have the value of your Fs and Fs prime. Oh, makakasolve na kita han mu. Okay, di ba? Makakasolve na kita han mu. Paano natin isosolve mu? Step number 3 na kita. Before we solve for mu ngayon, kailangan lang natin isolve an reduction factor. May kita valuehan Fs. We will solve for the value of your phi. Ano to? If you can still remember, nasa ring ato, di ba? If your Fs is less than or equal to Fy, your value for your phi is equal to 0.65. If your Fs is greater than or equal to 1,000, your phi is equal to 0.9. Okay, and again, somewhere in between, you will interpolate. Linear interpolation lang yan. So, obviously, your Fs is greater than 1,000, di ba? So, it mo phi is 0.9. You have the value of your phi na, 0.9. Okay. The value of your Mn lang muna. Your Mn is equal to, paano ito? Mn1 plus Mn2. Where your Mn is equal to 0.85 Fc prime AB multiplied by D minus A over 2. Diba? And your Mn2 is equal to As prime multiplied by Fs prime multiplied by D minus D prime. Diba? We have the Mn. Okay, let's try to solve na lang with the calculator. 0.85, your FC prime is 20.7 multiplied by your A, you already know the value of A, 110.56 multiplied by D, which is 350. Multiplied by D, which is 400 minus A, your A again is 110.56 over 2. First, this is the value of your MN1. Store ko lang ito ha A ha, para dire ako mag-on. And MN1, gan store ko ha A. Now, I will solving for the value of your MN2. The value of your MN2 is equal to AS prime, which is 3392 pi multiplied by Fs prime. Nasolve na natin ng Fs prime, di ba? 277.12 multiplied by D minus D prime. D is 400, D prime is 70. Okay, this one, I'll store it to value of B. So your sum, A plus B is equal to this one. This is in Newton mm. Convert ko ya to kilonewton meter. The value therefore for mn is equal to 347.33. 347.33. This is in kilonewton meter. This is your mn. Yung papabiling ayo is mu. This is equal to phi times mn. Operate mu. You just multiply the result by your reduction factor, 0.9. And that is 312.59. This is in kilonewton meter. This is now the final answer for number 2, the value of your mu. Okay? Okay. So you have the value of your mu. Let me erase this. Okay. You have your mu. And number 3, ang pinakukuha is the value of additional live load daw at the midspan. If an imo dead load is 20 kilonewton per meter, ano daw ang additional nga live load ang pwede ibutang ka midspan? So may dani mo din simply supported beam. May daw din ano niya? This is W, which is 20 kilonewton per meter. So the value is 6 meters, yung span. Okay. So, tapos may daw, ano niya ka na problem? May daw concentrated load, habot nga. Amo niyan PLL or the live load. Pero daw it magnitude hini. Okay? Take note, ang capacity imo ultimate moment capacity is this one. 312.59. Okay, so if you try to solve for the value of the PL, i-equate mo la ini ang maximum moment hini nga system to the value of your mu. Di ba? So how do we do that? Okay, before we compute for the maximum moment, take note nga at given din ini, these are service loads. Service loads diri pa hiya factored load, unfactored load pa hiya. May nakita kasi ni sir nga factored load ngayon service load. For example, these are service load. It factored load nimo is for 2001 NCP 2001. Your factored load is 1.4 I think 1.4 dead load plus 1.7 live load for NCP 2010 and 2015. That is 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 live load. Asya ini it factored load. So din it imo ultimate moment nimo is factored load ha. para imo i-compare nga nit moment nimo, ultimate moment is the factored load. O yung mga unfactored pa man iniya, mga service load. So you have to multiply this pa. Yung 20 nimo, this is dead load including the weight of the beam. Nasa ringan problem kasi including the weight of the beam. O pananglitan wari magyakan nga including the weight of the beam. Iko-compute mo pa it weight hit beam. Usually naghahatag ito net problem in unit weight and concrete. Or kung dili man maghatag in unit weight hit concrete, you assume that the specific gravity of concrete is 2.4. 2.4. So para ma-solve nimo ang gamma and unit weight and concrete, this is equal to specific gravity multiplied by the gamma of water, di ba? So kung concrete ang atong gibibiling, this is 2.4 multiplied by para adto yun 9.81. Di ba siya tiya? This is the concrete. Parang concrete issue. Kung diri given. O may ka na gamma at concrete. What will you do with the gamma? You multiply it by the area. Di ba? Imo multiply an imo unit weight with the cross-sectional area of your section. Di ba? Tapos nakukuha mo na an sugad hini nga load, kilonewton per meter. Okay, pero nayakan man ang problem nga this includes the weight na. So no need to compute for the weight. Okay. So ini again service load here, you still have since dead load man here, dead load, di ba? Dead load. You have to multiply it by 1.2. Adi kita ha NSAP 2015. Okay, 20 multiply mo pa it 1.2 20. Okay? 1.2. How about the live load? Live load, you still have to multiply this by, so yung PL mo, this should be 1.6 live load. Okay? Adit yung bibiling natin. So how do we do this? Sige daw, ano iya mga reaction din he? Paano na, 72 lang, di ba duduha tayong loads? Yan he, tapos yadi, PL. Yung kukuha natin ang reaction din. Reaction leton hiya, guys. They are symmetric, so kukuha ko lang totality hini nga forces, then divide ko into. Unahon ko tiyali nga uniformly distributed load. The totality of the force of the uniformly distributed load is just equal to the magnitude of the load multiplied by the span, 1.2 times 20, that's the magnitude of the load. 24, di ba?
Yes, sir.
1.2 times 20, that is 24. Multiply ko han span, which is 6, that is 144. So, ang totality han yan is 144. Duduha man hira magtutunga. Adi nga support ngayon, adi nga support. Divide 2. 72. Ama di adi nga 72. Okay? Adi naman, ini nga force, pagtutungan gap it nira. O, pera man ikatunga it 1.6 PLL. Diba? 1.6 divide 2. 0.8 or 4 over 5. Is it 4 over 5, diba? Amo na itiya. Okay, sige. Oh, you have the value of your forces. Take note, since this is simply supported beam, it imo maximum moment, ada ito natural, di dahit boot nga. Diba? Ada ito di dahit imo maximum moment. I-isolate tayo tiyada ang aging cut natin. Let me erase this one. Nabalik kita nga theory of structure. Basta na kita rin this is your beam. This is your cutting plane. Mada ni mo force didi. Ano nga force? This is 72 plus, 0.8, diba? 0.8 or 4 over 5 PLL. Okay? Ano pa? Mada ni mo din Try niya 1.2 times 20, that is 24 kilonewton meter. An imo 1.6 PLL, di rin na makikita didi kay ada madidayet cutting plane. Ay nat igbinutang. Adi dati mga duduha nga forces. This distance, pero nga distance, that is 3 meters. Yung kukuha natin an moment. Okay? O, paano natin makukuha it moment? O, didi. Summation of moment at the cutting plane, this is your cutting plane, di ba? Summation of the moment from this cutting plane should be equal to 0. Di ba? Asya ba ito ya? Okay, taking clockwise as the positive moment. Ano ba mga clockwise moment din hininga axis? You have there 72 plus 0.8 PLL, di ba? This is 72 plus 0.8 PLL multiplied by 3 meters, di ba? Or 3 na lang, di ko nabubutang 8 meters. Multiplied by 3. Okay, minus ko 24, di ba? Minus 24 times 3, Tas ang iyang moment arm is 3/2. What else? Of course, yun nga m plus m. This is equal to 0. This is your working equation. An m nimo amit kaya nga mu. Substitute nimo nga da. Masasolve nimo ang PLL. Okay? Let me erase it yadi. What's the value of your PLL? Okay. I think mali tak assumption din hi. 175 it nakabutang dira, di ba? Mali atak assumption din hi. This is the m here is parang pasugad. Mga negative it answer. So this is minus. Okay. So the answer is 85.25. This is PLL. PLL is equal to 85.25. This is in kilonewton. Okay. This is in kilonewton. So this is the live load. Okay? Okay. Any question? May dapat ba kay ana kung kay ano sugad dapat it assumption? Di ba? Again, explain ko. Simply supported hiya. Di ba pag bend niya it elastic curve nasugad, di ba? Nasugad it elastic curve. Ibig sabihin, yung mga na-cut dida, it pag bend dapat niya is parang concave upward hiya. Di ba? Nasugad concave upward. Concave upward dito niya if the movement is pasugad. Okay? So dapat ang direction niya is sugad hini. O kung pananglitan na natin gimpili nga kuan, section is to the right nga section. Di ba ang it iya pag kuan concave upward, so dapat ang moment pasugad naman. Kung ang kabila nga section na natin gingamit. Okay, so the answer is 85.25 kilonewton. Sige daw, let us try daw. I-try daw natin kung ano it iya maximum moment if PLL is 85.25. Okay, let me erase this one. Kung magpapareho good man dito hit hit MU. So nasa rin aton kuan, nasa rin aton figure. Let me erase this one also. Pero add to 85, pero i-multiply mo pa yung 1.6, di ba? This is in kilonewton. O pero iya kuan, ano to? Moment. Di ba? Moment M max is equal to WL squared over 8 plus PL over 4. Pero yun hiya. O, di ba? 312.59. Nag-gets niyo? 312.59. Ini nga formula, pwede gyap nga niyo gamitin yung formula. Nakalimut ako, may nga yung formula. Okay, pwede niyo gamitin yung formula. Di ba? Equate niyo ang M max din hita para ma-solve niyo ang P. This is the formula. This is the maximum moment for uniformly distributed load. Okay? This is the maximum moment for concentrated load at the midspan. PL over 4. That's the end of my discussion today. Tomorrow, discuss ko ang non-rectangular beams. May pakiana?